the benefit of LeoDex growing expands to more than just, the Leo token economy growing, because, so you guys know that a percentage of the trading volume on LeoDex actually goes to the Leo cacao pool. And then on the Hive side of things, every time there's a Hive L1 swap, so every time there's a Hive L1 swap, there's a fee that's collected on the Hive blockchain by Leo. And then when it gets moved over to LeoDex, there's an affiliate fee on LeoDex that also gets collected. So there's two fees getting collected, and one of those fees is on the Hive blockchain. One of those fees is on Maya protocol. And on the Hive blockchain side, that fee is collected and then pooled in the Leo swap.hive pool. And then on the LeoDex side of things, that fee is collected and pooled in the Leo cacao pool. So actually, every single trade that happens where there's an L1 Hive swap involved, or HBD, or SPS, or DEC, there's two fees being collected, and both of those fees are going to add liquidity to those two pools, which actually makes it easier for traders, down the line. It's almost like if every time you went and bought a cup of coffee, they took like 1 penny from your transaction, and they applied it to the person that came after you. So it's like you are kind of like, every time you go and buy coffee, you're making it cheaper for the next person to buy coffee after you, which obviously is how the real world works. But it is how LeoDex works, where every single trade you do makes the liquidity a little bit deeper, so that the next time you or someone else comes in and trades, the fees and the slippage are lower. So it's a little bit counterintuitive to think about, but every time you trade, you are making the pools deeper. So I think it's a really important thing
Yes.
to kind of wrap your head around. And I realized that this is kind of a hard thing for people to grasp, which is why the next major update for LeoDex, which is going to drop, like I said, probably today. I'm grabbing a screenshot to put in the threadcast. It includes something we're calling the dynamic island, which is at the bottom of the screen. We actually are copying that term from Apple. But we built a dynamic island module where we can put a bunch of data into like a collapsible menu. And this data has all sorts of things, but at launch, it's going to have two pieces of information. One is going to be deployment status, and the other one is network status. So I just posted the screenshot for you guys, but the deployment status shows you there's now going to be a monthly target in terms of affiliate fees earned by LeoDex. And that monthly target, every time we hit the monthly target, we'll then buy Leo and deploy it in the Leo cacao pool. So you can see, I just posted that screenshot. You can see we're 37% of the way to the June target. And I set the targets are set manually. I set the target at $500 a month to start. And then we'll kind of increase it over time, because we want to see more and more, trading volume over time. But I think this is a really cool way to like gamify us all kind of working collectively to say, the more that we trade on LeoDex, the more Leo that gets bought off the market and pooled in that Leo cacao pool. And this gives us like a collective mission to work towards. So it's like it's a leaderboard, kind of scoreboard for us to all look at. And like I said, I mean, we've made $185 out of 500 for this month. So it's 37% of the way there. It's really not that hard, especially with the target being this low to start, for us to hit these targets. And then every single month, we'll basically like, you'll see this volume target get hit, and then it'll deploy right into the pool. So it kind of makes it, fun and gamified. And we borrowed this from ThorSwap. ThorSwap has this thing called the monthly burn target. If you use their UI, you're familiar with it. So we're kind of borrowing from that, but obviously for us, it's deployment into the pool, because we're not burning tokens. We're actually buying them off the market and then pooling them to create permanent liquidity. So Vince asked, is this $500 a monthly target for trading? It's actually $500 in fees. That is the target. So to get that, I'll do some quick math for you. To get $500 in fees, there's a 45 basis point fee on every swap. So that is what is that? Is that $1.1 million? Does that sound about right? Or is it 111,000? It's 111,000.
That probably sounds more reasonable,
Yeah, I think it's
but
111.
I'm not mathing. I'm just guessing,
Yeah, I hate mathing live. It's 111,000. So,
which is completely, feasible and
for
reachable
sure,
in the current
I mean,
environment. And
$100,000 a month in trading volume. That's,
yeah, well,
nothing.
and in order to get to that, we need, because I see every week I see the same questions, and that's fine because a lot of times it's new users, which the reality is we want to see these same questions every week because that means there's fresh faces being onboarded, um, or people joining the Threadcast for the first time. And I saw something that is probably super useful, and I don't know if it might have been Nifty, it could have been Eric. I think it was Nifty that posted something that literally, and it could have been neither of them, that literally had every single LeoDex like tutorial article, tutorial video, like in one post in one place. So we need to make that something that's literally just like bookmarked somewhere.
It's right on the
Because
homepage, the
there you
docs.
go.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
if you click
Because
docs on LeoDex, it takes you there.
yeah, because I've seen that question twice already, in today's threadcast. And in order for, and then I saw people asking about, fees and if it's cheaper than, sexes and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like the answer is sometimes yes, sometimes no. But, and this is just my personal opinion. Right now, it's more no, but that's because the liquidity pool needs to be deepened. And how do we do that? Well, we do that by there being, as Cal said, volume, right, which is going to create that liquidity, but also by people pooling, which um, I guess will happen over time. I did some last week. I pooled. I mean, dollar wise, it wasn't a lot of amount because, the value of Leo is only so much, especially with all the alts selling off. But I added a little bit, um, which was honestly pretty easy. It's gotten way better. I actually posted about it because, when LeoDex was first launched, it was a bit of a trying experience. And now it's pretty straightforward. You do it once to kind of understand it, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Um, and then swapping like Leo, like right now, swapping Leo to Cacao is the most efficient and cheapest thing you can do out of pretty much all the pairs I've seen.